City held Tuesday, April 23rd, 2024 at approximately 5 p.m. in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act. As the Sunshine Bill, adequate notice of this meeting was provided by mail or fax. Call to order. Roll call, actually.
Chairperson Bunny,
Here.
Vice Chair Cantorero,
Here.
Commissioner Marte Dublin,
Here.
and Commissioners Koplowitz and Sloan are absent.
I don't think I have it.
Yeah, we don't have to do that. And then also, Ron, can you just from now on start taking attendance so that we know who's here so
Yep.
that we can reference it? So
Sure.
Jeff is not here because of Passover, and Courtney said she is not making it this evening because she has to work.
Got it.
And then I don't know if you can just look back through, maybe based on voting.
Yeah, I'd have to go back through the resolutions and see who, because I do mark someone if they're absent.
Maynard, you keep.
Okay, yeah,
Keep
thank
track of
you.
it, too,
We're
right?
just,
We don't normally keep track, but we started.
thank you.
Awesome.
We're just concerned because there's excessive absences, and if one of us couldn't have been here this evening, we would have had to cancel the meeting, so. Is Blossom here? Okay, all right, so then let's just call up CCB 22-03 Bay Street Greenery LLC, formerly known as WR Wellness LLC. Hello.
Good evening. Would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear affirm the testimony about to give you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Please state your name, spell your last name, and give us your address.
Wendy Topkis, Topkis. I live at 43 West 64th Street, New York, New York, 10023.
All right, what would you like to tell the board about your readiness to open doors, et cetera, et cetera?
We are ready. Nothing has changed significantly since we were last here in terms of what we submitted to you, other than we changed our name, which you're aware of, and we replaced one partner. We had one partner who was conflicted out. She took a job in a state position that conflicted her, and we
wanted from them.
very easily had a great replacement waiting in the wings. And other than that, we're ready to be fully approved by you.
So I actually don't think that either Sonia or Jose were on the board when WR Wellness or Bay Street Greenery came before us, but I was, so I'm comfortable making an motion to approve. I think they're a good operator. I think they'll do the right thing by the neighborhood. I think we should just give them the opportunity to open, and so therefore I make a motion to approve.
And I watched a YouTube video.
So is that a second?
Second,
Okay,
yep.
roll call.
Chairperson Bunny,
Aye.
Vice Chair Cantorero,
Aye.
Commissioner Marte Dublin.
Aye.
Motion carries. Best of
Congratulations.
luck.
Have a good night, you guys. Thank
Thank you.
All right, how much time? Okay. They're not coming?
Who's not coming?
The one applicant that was tabled from 1211,
Oh, okay.
marriage.
Okay, Blossom, still, no?
Got nothing from Marist.
They just said they're not coming. They thought the meeting was the 29th.
I spoke to the attorney. He said, I'll see it. Okay.
Can we just also clarify when the May meeting is? Because I have it as the 27th, which, okay, it's me and my calendar. I'll fix it. Thank you.
Yeah, because the 27th
Keep pushing it.
is Memorial Day weekend.
Are you're not an applicant for Blossom, though?
Hello, yes, we are 49%.
Oh, I don't think we've ever seen you here before, so can we just pull that up? Or you have it?
As of the minutes, this is the old resolution.
We only had two applicants. It was Sapna and Bina.
Let me see if I can swear you folks in, okay? Please, both of you, raise your right hand. Do you swear affirm the testimony about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Put your hand down, starting with you. Please state your name, spell your last name, and give us your address.
My name is Harvinder Singh, and I live in.
That's Singh?
Yes,
Okay,
I live in Newburgh, 414 River Road, Newburgh, New York,
in New York.
and me and my wife, we are the 49% owners of. The
Okay,
Blossom
so
Dispensary.
hold on. Can they even do that? Can they change the ownership by that percentage and not notify the board until they come in front of us again?
We don't have anything in the ordinance that says that that's a requirement. They're allowed to do it with the
We have-
CR.
excuse me,
With the
ma'am.
No,
CRC.
can you let the attorney finish talking, please? Thank you.
They're allowed to change the 49% with the CRC, and if the CRC approves it, it's a done deal.
But,
Do we have records of that, Mayor?
yeah, how would we know?
Has Commerce been notified of a change?
Okay, the lawyer and the city are going to answer, not the two of you.
So there's nothing in our ordinance that requires an updated notice with respect
No.
to a change in ownership like 49%.
Right, but to me, that's kind of like a bait and switch. Like the people who came in front of us.
Yeah,
I've-
where are they now?
we've
Where do
nev-
they stand in this?
Yeah,
is it
like,
in- I don't get it.
It's predominant in the state that some folks originally start out as either 51, 49, and then
Right, so
Right, but
should
the
all
people who-
parties be present then?
Yeah, because the people who committed to the things that they committed to are not sitting here.
It's a
I've
fair-
never seen this person before.
it's a fair position.
This was never a person in front of the board. So I'm not comfortable unless Bina and Sapna Bhatt, who were the owners when this application was presented to us, one was 49% and the other was 51, I think. But neither of those people are here.
So where are they?
Yeah, where?
Can I say something, please? I think the Bina called to the Commerce Department, and I think she let them know that they're not going to be available today for some.
Okay,
personal
so
reasons.
I'm not voting on this today. I don't
Actually,
feel
it's true.
comfortable.
So then she should have rescheduled. She should have
Yeah.
just removed
Yeah,
her
let you guys know,
application.
but we've never seen you. This is not who made all of these promises to us. I mean, none of this was. You're saying you weren't notified that the ownership was
We
changed?
were notified, and I assume that Marquia sent those to you as well.
I do have
I'll
an
have to
email
double check.
here from a change of ownership email from Marquia that came in September 20th, 2023 at 3:33 p.m.
Okay.
And it was letting us know that the approved applicant known as Blossom Dispensary LLC has changed the ownership. Please see the attached amended documents that was provided to the Division of Commerce.
Okay, so this has never happened. I mean, I'm not saying people haven't changed their ownership.
Yeah.
But if a majority, like, what is, do you have the full ownership structure in front of you?
I only have a copy of her email.
Okay, so.
I don't have anything else besides that because when you guys first came up to the board, I wasn't a member at the time, nor was Sonia. So I don't have the original.
So what percentage is Sapna now and what percentage is Bina?
All right, so if you're going to speak, please state your name, spell your last name, give us your address.
My name is Rahman Singh. I'm from 414 River Road, Newburgh, New York.
And what's your relationship?
Son.
It's your father.
You're an owner?
My father is the owner. I'm just the head manager that's also been
Okay,
working
and
with
so
me.
then what's the ownership structure? Who owns what?
So Bina owns 51%, and then the new owners, 49%, would be Parvinder Kaur and Harvinder Singh.
Okay, so now Sapna's out of it completely?
Yes, Sapna's out. We're working directly with Bina.
Okay, so I feel like that is pretty,
That's a substantial change.
yeah, that's a pretty significant because the whole application was based on, if I remember correctly, Maynard, and Ron, you are the only two who are with me because this was the first application that we heard. But the whole premise of this cannabis business was based on the fact that it was the two sisters with all of their extensive experience. And actually, this is also the dispensary that we had a problem with where the MOU was rescinded and they didn't follow through with what they had promised to one of the nonprofits.
Correct. This is
Yeah.
also one that kind of,
No, it is. It is. You can shake your head no, but I don't agree with you. So, yeah, I think this is a significant change because I remember,
are you open for business?
Correct. We are.
but why are you open if you haven't come to the board? Because we didn't vote on it.
We spoke
Okay,
to the-
no. We would have had to vote, so you should not have been open. So then,
That's not the conversation we had, remember?
but we voted on the other ones. We voted on the Leaf Joint, and we voted on WR Wellness. We voted. You didn't vote.
I abstained from that.
I
Jeff voted, and you voted, and I voted.
Yes.
So that they could be open on April 20th, right?
Correct.
Right.
And then that they
But wasn't
needed
it
to
a
come.
preliminary? Wasn't it a preliminary opening for that day?
Yes.
And then they
Yes.
would have to come back and get final approval.
Correct.
That was
That was
my
understanding from the
understanding.
email thread.
Correct.
That was my understanding.
Yes.
Yes.
I didn't feel
Correct.
comfortable, so I abstained. But
Yes.
I want to have a conversation about that. Not today, when the rest of the board members are here.
Okay.
But my concern is that this is a 100, like, this is from the application, okay? So let's just, a 100% women-owned business. No longer
Now
true.
is no longer
No
a
longer
women-owned
true,
business.
correct.
It's true.
No, it's not.
Because
Not
it's
100%. There's
You're saying you own 41% of it, so it's,
Me and my wife together.
She's the main head, though.
I think we should table.
hold on, let's
My
just,
opinion?
hold on, I want to go through here.
It's a good thing back then I really put reports together. We shied away from that because it took so much time.
I don't have a copy of that either.
This is Ron's.
I did send it. I sent it with the proposed resolutions.
okay, give me
so
one
you-
second.
You will
I do
have
have
it, but
that. I saved it in
we
my
don't
proposed.
create reports like that anymore.
Yeah, it was 100 kids who contacted us letting us know that they just stopped responding.
Is it this one? I just
Yep,
have to
it's
move
the
it
last
there.
one that came
Okay.
up, yeah. I just
Let me move it.
I had saved it into a different folder, the resolutions folder.
Well, it sounds like the board may be going down a path where they want to hear from, at a minimum, the 51% owner. And I don't know what the board's pleasure is with respect to you being open before having the 51% majority shareholder explain what's going on, what's the status, et cetera, et cetera. I'm not speaking for the board. I'm just thinking that that's what they may be thinking, but we'll know in a minute.
So Sapna was the chief executive officer. And she was going to focus on social equity, job plans, and job workforce creation.
Want me to send it to you? Oh, no, I can't.
Oh, I have it. I downloaded it.
Oh, okay.
Excuse me, we are taking over all the commitments that they have, the Sapna had. So we are,
Well, what happened to 100 Kids Inc.? Why is that one not taken over?
Oh, we just got full taking over of that too. I spoke with Hudson Pride too today. We're sponsoring their gala, and ABC I spoke with as well. So we.
But what about
agreed
100
that-
Kids Inc.? There were commitments to York Street Project, Hudson Pride Center, New Jersey Veterans of Foreign Wars, Jersey City Employment and Training Program, which no longer exists.
By I don't want to fully quote Jay, but based off what we discussed with him, they only did the ones that the city that worked with the city and the charities that were allowed with the CRC and regarding with the board.
When did the change of ownership change? When did
In
that happen?
September,
In
Jose said we got the email in September.
It began in September, and the full approval by CRC was last week or a few weeks ago.
But like, again, so SAPNA's not involved, right?
No.
So this part of this application is a board member asked Blossom to speak to the fact that no one on the leadership team has any experience in the cannabis industry. She is concerned that the lack of experience may lead to JC cannabis dispensary industry failing.
That's
The
why-
owners have completed a general course of curriculum with the University of Sciences in Philadelphia in cannabis, and Sapna Bhatt is a doctor of pharmacy with 20 years of experience reporting to a state board controlling dangerous substances. While Sapna Bhatt does not have direct cannabis experience, running a pharmacy is very close to running a cannabis dispensary. So my point is that the whole application was predicated on these two women, and now it's completely like other applications have changed the 5% owner. The 5% owner is not making major decisions in how a business is run. But to me, and I understand the flaws within the ordinance, but to me, this is basically a completely different application than what we heard. I've never seen any of these people before, which is why I asked if Blossom was here. I remember seeing Wendy when she appeared in front of us. So like, this feels completely different
It
than,
feels like it's a
agree.
complete application. It's a new
I
application.
agree as well.
and I just, given what we're supposed to evaluate the application on, which is basically at the end of the day, community impact and outreach, I don't understand how this is even, and I get what you're saying that the CRC allows you to change, but how do municipalities deal with this? Because this is a completely different application as far as I'm concerned.
I have to.
I mean,
I have to agree.
this person is not involved anymore, but
Is the 51% owner the same?
Yes. So the work that Sapana was doing, we kind of diversified that between Bina and us. And the reason why is because we also have cannabis experience. We have a dispensary in Massachusetts. That's why we
yeah, but
became,
now
like, the
this is an
49%.
MSO. This isn't even what it was,
No,
because now you have multiple, like,
No, we're partnered with it. It's not like a full MSO like the way it is. The way it is, we kept 49% because of
okay,
the
we didn't
experience.
ask a question about it. I made a comment. We're not debating. But Ron, is that not an MSO? I mean, that's
A multi-state organization? Well, they're not using the same name. They're different entities, right? You know, Nova Farms has a big cultivation in Massachusetts, and they're using the same name here. So I don't know if you would call them an MSO. They're separate entities. It's not the same name.
It's a family business.
What's the name of your Massachusetts?
Hybrid
Hybrid?
with an I, correct?
Yeah.
And who's the majority owner there?
Yeah.
Well, it's sort of the same entity if you're the majority owner and the minority owner
And
here.
I would like to hear from the 51% person.
Yeah, I would like everybody present as well. And I would like a copy of the application. I don't have the original.
yeah, well, it was before you guys were here. This was the
And make a
very
decision
first
based on-
application that we heard. No,
It's
but
an attorney that,
it was Jay Bott who did most
husband.
of the talking. Yeah,
happened
it
to
was,
Jay?
The owner's husband,
No,
correct?
whose husband is Jay?
Bina's, they
Yeah,
both are
Bina's
still
husband.
working with us right now. They just were traveled because the dates changed for the meeting.
The meeting didn't change.
From April 23rd, from April 29th, I believe. Or one of those.
I don't know.
you know, it's funny, the attorney for Maris just said, what are you talking about? The meeting is April 29th.
Yeah, I thought it was too, and then it wasn't. So it is what it is. It doesn't really matter. But Ron, I think
So it's a
we need you to advise us because they are open. I mean,
Yeah, so you've opened without the board's final approval. There's no final resolution saying, now, we have made exceptions. We did it twice, right?
We
To
did it
allow those
twice.
two other
One,
dispensaries.
because we didn't have quorum.
Yes.
and
The other one only solemnly for the purpose of 420.
but I have a question about this because, and I had a conversation with Maynard about this. we don't know if they've done everything they're supposed to do. Have they paid the fees that they have to pay the city? Did we get the CRC? Only Maynard's going to know that information.
Okay.
So I don't want to stop anybody from opening if there's no major changes in their application and they have everything from the CRC and they've done everything they need to do on a city level. In that case, I don't want to hold somebody back because I know this has been the most bureaucratic process, probably of all bureaucratic processes, which the three of us are very familiar. Maynard, you as well. So I don't want to hold people up because I know they've spent a lot of time and money getting to this place. So if there's no real material changes,
Let them stay open.
let them open, and they still have to come in front of us so we can ask any questions.
More than reasonable.
But in this situation where there's a significant change, where there's they didn't change the 5% owner. They changed basically somebody's completely the co-applicant is completely out of the application.
much
We don't know
50%
these
is gone.
people at all. We don't know who they are. We don't know what they stand for. In my eyes, they're a multi-state operator, so that's a completely different situation than a woman minority-owned business of two people who I believe said one lived in Jersey City for sure. The other I don't think did.
Question. Does
But
she live
now it's a completely different application. They're open, which I guess there could have been confusion on that, but I don't think you should be open because I don't even know.
So it would be the board's prerogative to say, you do not have the board's final approval yet. You should not be open. You can only open after this board gives you final approval. That's what our ordinance says.
But I guess
How did you get authority to open? Do you have, Maynard, I can't remember.
No,
Did anybody tell these folks that they could open or?
We did.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, but
All right, well-
but hold on. I still have a problem with it because before they even spoke to Maynard, a ribbon cutting was scheduled. That's how it even got put on my radar. And
And I wasn't aware.
you were not aware of it and I was not aware of it. I only got the invitation because I happened to see it and I said, "Oh, why is Blossom scheduling a ribbon cutting when nothing has been communicated to us?" But I don't think that these businesses should have to come back to the board if there's no significant change, but this is something we need to bring up to the council because if there's a major change in the application, this is basically a different application in my opinion.
What's major?
A significant change in ownership.
9% of the person is gone?
Yeah,
I think we also, but we have to keep in mind when that was submitted. It's not like it was a week before this meeting, so we have to give them that courtesy.
September last year.
Yeah.
right, but
We were notified in September. You
But I don't-
stated that it was just recently, right? That it was finalized?
The CRC finalized it recently, but Marquis and we've been notifying. Jay has been working with everybody to make sure. everybody's
right,
on the
but
same page as much as
I
possible.
don't remember things that we were told in September.
Me neither.
No, with how
remember last
extensive,
week. So
with how
perhaps-
extensive these applications are, yeah, we can be notified via email, but to keep track of everything is,
So I think-
I want to be very clear. This is not Commerce's fault because we've never had this happen and we've never had this conversation. But I do think this is a significant change. And I mean,
I agree.
my opinion is this cannabis dispensary has kind of disrespected the entire process. I think there were things when they were here that we weren't comfortable with, if you remember, Ron. I think the whole 100 kids thing kind of threw us off. And I remember saying to you that's something we would like addressed when they come in front of the board. And so now Beanabot's not here. Sapnabot is no longer an owner. Jbot, who is the attorney, is not here. The dispensary is already open, and we can't even ask them questions about why they didn't do what they said they were going to do because this gentleman and his son, who is not an owner but keeps speaking for the owners, which I also don't understand why he's speaking if he's not an owner, but that's fine. But my whole point is this is a different application, and the two people who were here who told us all of these things aren't even here to answer the questions because they're on vacation. But also, you're a 51% owner in a dispensary you allegedly just opened on Saturday, but now you're on vacation? Like, I don't understand. Like, clearly this isn't a priority, and clearly they don't care about what the board thinks
So let
or
me ask
has
you a
to
question.
say.
Why are they here in front of us?
For final approval.
Yeah, to be open. Well, they always,
Oh, I understand that.
yes.
I'm just, there's so many discrepancies within what I'm looking at that I don't.
it just feels like a bait and switch. It feels like we heard one thing and now there's people here who can't even answer the questions because they weren't here for the original testimony.
So I
And I'm
think
sorry,
this
but
is the
the
resolution.
attorney should have been here.
I don't think that the board could say cease and desist. They did rely to some extent, and it's nobody's fault. They did get some type of permission or authority to open, so there's some detrimental reliance on the applicant's part. So I don't think you can say shut the doors right now. I think you carry this to May, and we expect you to have the 51% owners here and anyone else that is significantly involved that makes decisions.
And I think we expect updates on all of your MOUs. So whatever you
that.
changed,
I was just
we
gonna
need
say,
to see it.
Any MOUs or anybody that you plan on work with or give back to, I think they should be present to kind of just
Yeah, like that should be
back
sent
you
to
up that
Commerce.
this is still in place and that you're still working with them. So
And understand, you really need to comply with that, because certainly the board does have the authority to say, we're not going to grant you final approval, and then you will have to close until the board is satisfied.
Should we request 100% ownership be here?
Yeah,
Yes.
100%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's too many
Both parties.
changes.
Everybody who owns a piece of this business
be here.
should be here, and we want an explanation from 100 Kids Inc. Because they are the ones who told us they stopped communicating with them. Once they got the approval, they just stopped responding to the nonprofit.
We'll reach out to all the MOUs. Just
Yeah.
to confirm they still are in
Reschedule a
existence.
meeting. We'll be here, everybody.
All right,
When is
so
the May meeting, a
May
motion?
28th.
28th, because 27th is Memorial Day weekend.
So a motion to carry this application for a final approval by this board, May 28th.
I motion to carry it.
I'll
there-
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed?
No. Motion to adjourn.
That's the,
Second.
Oh, wait, hold on. We have to vote. Sorry, we have to vote.
I thought we did that when we said aye. Sorry.
so we're not doing this one, we're not doing. So, I've been kicking this around for a long time. I don't know if you guys recall High Life Sales. They were denied. They came back in a couple months with the same application. This is an extensive
Okay.
resolution.
So motion to
So
deny.
I need, well, it's a
dis-
motion to
you can dismiss.
memorialize.
You can go.
Oh, you guys can go, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
you guys can have a nice night. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
And I think
See you
were-
guys May
you were
28th.
absent, so I've got
Okay,
Jose
so
here.
Jose. All right.
So it's in the matter of High Life.
Yeah, I remember this one.
We need a motion
Gotta
to
sign.
memorialize that
I
resolution.
can't,
Yeah.
so it's got to be you two.
And
Motion.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. And the one that we just
This is what we
approved
denied.
is Bay Street Greenery. It's
I
already-
make a motion.
Is there a second for Bay Street Greeneries?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Thank you.
Okay, now motion to adjourn.
Okay, we'll see you.
Aye.
Aye.
Maynard, thank you. Awenda, thank you. Thank you. Thank you all. Have a good night. Thank you as well.
Oh, yes, I remember.
Do you remember exactly?
Yeah, now I remember.
You know, it's funny, I'm the one that drafts ordinances for my other 20 towns, and they